Welcome to episode 5. Point 60. Sri Karmayogi says that great ideas as in the life divine are clear as we read it, but don't stay in the mind. Memory retains a fact when the whole mind has accepted it. Understanding is a faculty of the mind, not the whole mind. Point 61. Sri Karmayogi says that in the second chapter of Book 2, Sri Aurobindo makes the spiritual reality evident to us through the right massive language and comprehensive statements. Sri Aurobindo wants us to place ourselves in the position of the infinite, formless, identical, silent, the self, Purusha, Ishvara, the one and the being of the becoming. This Sri Aurobindo does in all the chapters. Through understanding, Sri Aurobindo takes us with him. Point 62. Further, Sri Karmayogi says that life divine is the story of the Absolute in man on earth. Mother rewrote that story as a play and lived it in her own life, that is agenda. Point 63. Sri Karmayogi further says that the life divine will be a page turner to the mental psychic. Synthesis of yoga will be an interesting guide to the vital psychic. The agenda is the history of the evolving psychic in the physical. Point 64. Upon completing the preliminary readings, the life divine yields to thinking, not further reading. The intellect must be transcended to fully comprehend the arguments in the book. Beyond this, not thinking, but silence alone will reveal the book. Reading, thinking, silence must be followed by reversal of consciousness. Point 65. Sri Karmayogi says that the whole idea of the life divine can be held not in the mind but in the supramental center of the mind, not as an idea but as silence. Point 66. He says that Brahman coming down to the world and rewriting the past history of the earth as the future vision of the paradise is life divine. Point 67. He beautifully explains how by reading the life divine, the supermind in mind is created in the reader's minds. He reveals the process like this. It took several millenniums for nature to evolve mind out of the vital. The Life Divine is a book that explains supramental creation. The arguments in Life Divine book are intelligible to a trained mind. They stay in the mind in proportion to the interest of the mind. Recognition of arguments can move to remembrance by interest. Interest arises out of aspiration. To recollect the sequence of arguments as they are laid out in its parts and chapters is the first stage of exercise in creating supramental comprehension. This comprehension is further developed when one goes paragraph by paragraph. The final stage can enjoy in living the individual arguments and their logic within the paragraphs. By this time, comprehension becomes consciousness of some intensity. This is a process of creating supermind in the mind. Sri Aurobindo offers this in a lifetime. This is only the mental part, not the whole of yogic process of the being. Point 68. Reading the life divine, any particular point first gives the experience and then the understanding. Experience first, enlightenment later. Point 69. are various levels in reading the Life Divine book. The first level is reading, then comes understanding. Understanding matures into intellectual insights. Intellectual insights lead to intuition. Intuition reveals the rich spiritual fullness. The spiritual fullness reveals his supramental experience of the thought that is the real idea which is behind as Sri Aurobindo's golden figure. Point 70. So, the gradations in reading the Life Divine book can be summarized as reading first, next comes understanding, then one get intellectual insights, then intuition, then spiritual fullness, then one gets the real idea. A sincere aspirant who undertook serious reading of the Life Divine book for 5 years had darshan of Sri Aurobindo's golden figure. Thank you for listening.